Hi, I'm Debbie, and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today we're reading for Monday through Thursday, December 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Now, you know that when I'm doing the week, Monday through Thursday, I am going to be using these Radley Valentine decks. This is my Archangel Power Tarot cards, and this is my Guardian Angel Tarot cards. Now, I will also be using my Emily Anderson Crystal deck and my Inspirational Wisdom from Angels and Fairies, written by Frances Monroe, right? Yep. And artwork by Judy Mastrangelo. Now, this is just the this is the introduction. You will see this tagged on to all the videos. So if you want to bypass or if you want to cross-watch, however you want to do it, down there you should have a timestamp and it will bypass the introduction. I hope you watch the introduction at least one time. Also, remember to like, share, subscribe, click on the bell for notifications. It really has been making a major difference. More and more people have been seeing the videos, so thank you. Please keep doing that. You keep me on. Okay, but for those who bypass, I'll see you at the main readings. Now, this is the universal reading. This is the overall reading, what's going on in the world. This is also I'm going to be using my Rider-Waite deck and my Osha Zen Tarot deck. Now, we're also going to go and look at what is going on with the planets per se on the 6th of December. Now, they're always interesting, and the more I learn, the more I know how much little I do know. So the more I know, I need to learn more. So on December 6th, we have Mercury, which is in Sagittarius, and it is going to be squared with Jupiter, which is in Pisces right now. They're both at that 29 degrees. So I'm not quite sure where we're going, because in just a little bit of time, Mercury is going to be entering into Capricorn, and just right at that same day, just a little bit of time from each other. So Sagittarius is very adventurous. Mercury is about our communications. It's about our electronics. And also, too, the other thing about Mercury, at the end of the month, it will be going retrograde. That will be the 4th retrograde for 2022. It happens, but it doesn't happen a lot. So Mercury has some real big play in the game right now. Mercury is something to watch. So how is it, adventure, Mercury, communications, squaring with Pluto. Now remember, squaring is a little bit, it's not necessarily opposing it, but it is putting a little more pressure on each of this. Jupiter, planet of largesse, Pisces, water energy, and that is all about, dreams and visions, things like that too. So that's squaring. However, like I said, Mercury will be going into Capricorn, earth energy, about your home, your life, tangible energy, your work energy. So you could be hearing maybe somebody could be going out for a job interview. It looks really, really positive. That squaring with Jupiter could be a very good sign, or it could be one of those times that the answer was not expected per se. Doesn't mean that it's negative. It just means, oh, I didn't see that coming. But then that Capricorn thing makes it more earthbound, makes it more reality. The interesting part for me, let me get there, is that Mercury crosses over what is called the galactic center, and that's 28-29 with Sagittarius. The galactic center, and again, like I said, the more I know, I don't know. This is the center of the Milky Way. This is the center of the universe. Or the galaxy. This is the center, and it has a very massive black hole. Not quite sure what we're doing with all of that, but it is something that's going to be a very, so communication could just change. There could be a major change in communication. So let's just put that out there. The 7th of December, and this is going to be Eastern time, we will have that full moon, and that will be 11:07 p.m. Eastern time. So it could be it could be in the evening on the 7th, or it could be in the morning of the 8th. It's right around there. So this is going to be, the full moon will be in Gemini. Now, I have heard the full moon being called an angry moon, because, Mars is retrograde in Gemini right now. I'm going to look at this. Now, yes, Mars is a warrior energy, warrior planet, but I'm going to look at this more as, because you have to think the warriors are also very strategic. So I'm going to think that this might be, there might be some very forceful energies with this planet or with this, what's going on here. But I'm going to think that there's going to be some strategy with this energy too. So it's not necessarily, even though it may look, maybe something looks like it's out of control, but I feel like it's more controlled than we think. Now the full moon is conjunct with Mars. So that actually, even though, conjunct with Mars, which is in, retrograde in Gemini, and conjuncting actually works together. It pushes it together. It is trining with Saturn, which is again a positive energy. Saturn in Aquarius, okay, there's our card for that one. Trining in Aquarius, Saturn in Aquarius, that's basically a positive thing too. Saturn, of course, illusion versus reality. So, we might be seeing something pop with the with Saturn. That full moon energy, again, full moon is squaring with Neptune in Pisces, and it is squaring also with Jupiter in Pisces. So there's a little more pressure put on with Neptune and Pisces, hidden energies. We will see what we will see. I have posted what I do here, what I'm looking at. I have posted that on my blog. Wasn't able to send out any links, but I'll try to get that to my Facebook and my Instagram and my YouTube channel also under community. And then we go to the 8th, where the Sun, Sagittarius, is opposing Mars, which is retrograde. So that's, like I said, opposing is opposing. It's like saying, don't like what you're doing here. So we have this thing with the full moon. Like I said, some people are calling it an angry full moon. I am looking at it as a very strategic full moon. I'm also looking at it as very, it may not necessarily make sense to us, okay? But again, full moons, I do not say to worship the full moons, but we are told to look to the heavens. There will be signs and wonders in heavens. So to look to them. But the thing about the full moon, it is a time, it does affect the earth. It does affect the people of the earth. It is a time where I look to release what's holding me back, relinquish what I don't need anymore, and request the stuff that I would like. Release, relinquish, and request. 3 days before, 3 days after, the moon energies are very strong. I look at it as a way, it is a divine creation. I look at it as a way to remind me to ask, to ask God, Source, Holy Spirit, whoever that is to you, hey, we need some help down here. Okay, so let's see. Remind you too that I am an intuitive channeler. I open myself to higher power. So, that galactic, that center thing, that I have to look that up a little bit more. So here we go. Let's see what we've got here now. What higher power? Higher power. What the heck is going to happen? What is going on? What do we need to know? What's going on with the world, especially with this full moon energy all around us? Just a lot of stuff. And I know the fact that I was rushing through it like that means that to me, it means that it's going to be a very powerful energy for this full moon. Okay, here we go. 8s, remember, are about, unlimited opportunities, unlimited possibilities. 7 is, to me, it is a divine number and divine interference, divine umbrella. So let's see what we've got here. I've got a card down here. When they fly. I have a card from Osha Zen Tarot, so we will put that here too. Let's see what we have now, our Rider-Waite cards. Here we go. The Hierophant. The Hierophant. Now, if you've been following me, you know this is not my favorite card. This is my rebellious card. This is the one that I say, I'm going to go the other way. The Hierophant is a 5, and that is some change energy, positive, negative. The Hierophant is very much with rules and regulations. I call this the business of government, the business of religion. This is one of those times, where you just feel like everything's, like you feel like you're in a straitjacket almost here. And, the Hierophant is one that I kind of say, when I see this, it's like, pay attention. Something's going to try to hold you down a little bit, and you may want to avoid it before it comes, or you might want to have your escape plan ready. Okay? Something about the Hierophant. I know some people will say some readers will say the Hierophant brings you to your higher development. I do like that explanation. I just don't agree with that explanation. To me, the Hierophant is cringy. It's cringy. It's like, oh, no, 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 no. So when I see this, I'm like, exit stage right or left, whichever way you want to go. Next card is the Hermit. So we have two major arcana cards here. So the Hermit is a 9. You have everything you need. Let's wrap it up. The Hermit is one, and this is major arcana. So this is some strong universal energy going on for this week. The Hermit is step back. The Hermit is pray. The Hermit is meditate. The Hermit is connect with your higher power. It is not a time where we are around a lot of people. It's not a time where we are celebrating. It's not a real big party time, okay? Again, it's a time to step back and just pray, meditate. And the thing about the Hermit, though, the Hermit, is not, the Hermit's not cringing. The Hermit's not hiding. The Hermit actually is looking down, so there is a little bit of a, like, I'm not going to look up. I'm kind of bowing my head energy. But now he could be watching his path. He could be seeing, to find his true path. There is the light that he holds. It's not necessarily a light that's luminous. I mean, it's not really big, like big spotlight. And he does have his staff to help. But this is all about finding your path also. So, this between the two of these, not quite sure where we're going to go because, like I said, that this is not my favorite card, but it is a necessary card. It is a necessary message. This one is kind of step back. It's a good time to pray, meditate, and contemplate next steps. Okay? Next card is, now we face our fears. We are facing our fears. Something is going on where we face our fears. Now, this is a 15. So we have a 5, 9, and a 15. Now, 15 is 555. Change, change, change. 15 is a 10, which is transitional energy plus that 5. So we're moving into something to change. We can also take the 15, make it a 6. 1 plus 5 is a 6. And 6 is the number of man. It's the energies we put into something. So we get the Devil card. Now the Devil card is really, it's not as scary as it looks, except, just as, like I said, the Hermit, we need to do some reflection. And the Devil card is showing us some stuff that's not necessarily pleasing to us. You have to look at the card. We have the man and the woman. We have the man and the woman that they are in chains, but at the same time, at any moment, they can break those chains. They can break those bonds. This is the card where I tell you that, fear is a tool of the devil. It tries to hold you back. It tries to keep you from your divine destiny, okay? And I know what that's all about. I do know that. I have been there, done that type of thing, taking the safe route and not necessarily stepping out into that unknown path. I'm not telling you to quit your job. I'm never going to tell you to do that. And I will tell you it's always easier to get a job when you get a job. When you have a job. But the devil is about facing your fears. Do you stay where you're at and accept the fact that you're losing your humanity, or do you slip those chains and move on? So the devil energy is very very powerful, but the devil energy is only as powerful as you feed into it, okay? As you give it. So it looks like this full moon has a very strong energy. This week is a very strong energy. I do like, meditate, pray. It doesn't necessarily feel as positive as we would like it to be. However, it's a very cleansing energy, and it's, again, facing our fears, and slipping the bondage and moving out of that. Okay? Okay, now this is the card that when I was shuffling, and I had made a mistake of shuffling, well, it's never mistakes, right? Of shuffling my Osha Zen Tarot cards, and this one is the one that flew. So let us see what we have. Higher power. What is this one all about? I kind of Okay, so now we have a 7. We have a 7. This is patience. I believe this is also one of the major arcana cards too. Okay, so this is, there's a lot of fertility here. There's a lot of moon energy here. I'm trying to think of which one this would be, and you're going to tell me. 8 is strength, 6 is, oh, 7 generally is the chariot energy. So I'm not quite sure where these are all connecting here. I need to take a peek at this. I'm going to hold on a second while I take a look at this. No, it is not major arcana. It is, I get a little confused sometimes in which ones I'm following. I was thinking of John Holland's Psychic Tarot and Oracle cards. But 7, again, is a divine number. 7 is a divine umbrella. There is a moon cycle here. There is all about patience. The woman is waiting to have her child. The woman, and a lot of times, hey, former labor and delivery nurse, and even though people will say there's no studies to prove this, the full moon does bring about new birth many a time, okay? So it is a lunar cycle. It is a lunar time. It could be, again, the full moon is right above her head. It is on the 7th, and Eastern time, the full moon will be on the 7th. So whatever's going on up here, it is, this is a card saying, reminding us patience. Kind of, is this connecting with that full moon too? You let me know. Okay, let me know what you say, what you think about this, the ones that do watch my introduction. Okay, so just want to let you know, I may be posting, posting an additional one before maybe Sunday or Monday. I bought some new cards, so I may unpack them for you, and we'll see where we go with that. But again, why don't we do the like, share, subscribe, clicking on the bell for notifications. Again, it's amazing, especially when you do that, how it does pop the channel. Okay, so I really appreciate it. Do not be afraid of any of this. Remember, no fear. We will just be strong. Patience. Okay. So let's start our videos. Hello, my Virgos, and how are you? So full moon energy, not always positive for Virgos because people start acting like lunatics around you, because yes, lunatics. So they start acting a little bit nutty around you, and that's when you kind of are like, exit stage right, getting out of here, stepping away from the drama. So just not to say that you should, not to say that you won't, but I do want to tell you that, there's a lot of times, my very organized Virgos, that things just don't feel as organized to you. So this could be one of those times that you don't necessarily feel as in control, and it could be definitely because of the moon cycle. It could definitely be, and again, this is, like I said, this is supposed to be one of those, like I said, I told you, people said that this is an angry moon, and I think it's a very strategic moon. It's really, but you may not feel the same way. You might just kind of feel, like I said, time to step back. Let's see what we've got for our Virgos for this full moon week. And again, good time to release, relinquish, and request. Here we go. First card, reversed. The 2 of Raphael. So this has a lot of romantic energy around it, my Virgos. And I don't go down the romantic path too often. So we have a 2. We have a 2, which is crossroads choices. It also is partnering. Raphael is our water energy. It's our Cancer, our Scorpio. It's our Pisces. Pisces has a lot of dreamy energy going on right now. And also, you might find that somebody that you're crushing on might come and talk to you. You might find that you have a secret admirer. All that. I'm just kind of feeling like I said, if we go back to what I'm saying, there's just some interesting energies with this full moon, and people might be coming out of the woodwork for you. but it might be welcomed too. That's up to you. That's up to you. I am feeling that this has a romantic aspect to it, but it could also be a very emotional aspect, a very, like, this is what I want to do the rest of my life aspect. So I'm going to ask you to wait until the full moon energies are over. There's just something that's really very connective with this energy. Okay? So 2 hearts dedicated to creating something wonderful. Kindred spirits. Don't give up on those you love. Something here. Yeah, very, very much is. I do feel like the 2 of Raphael is bringing about a little bit of an emotional risk. I feel that it's bringing about an emotional vulnerability too. The ability to be vulnerable. Okay, I do feel like it's putting your heart out there a little bit more, or somebody's doing that for you. Okay, next card, reversed. The 4 of Raphael. So we have a 4. We have choices. I'm sorry. Blah, 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 blah. We have leadership, stability. We have organizations. Yes, that's my erase. So we have, it's a stronger energy. It's trying to find a place energy here. Raphael again, emotional energy. Now this is the 4 of Cups. The 4 of Raphael is basically a kind of like an in-between. It's a discontented energy. It's not a, I don't really know where I'm going. I don't really know what I want to do energy. Now it could be again because maybe somebody has presented you with a, hey, I love you, I care for you, I want to date you, I want to go with you. It could be also that maybe you're taking an emotional relationship that much further. Again, there's a vulnerability here. There's this sense of, and it doesn't feel comfortable. It doesn't feel comfortable to you. So when that happens, it's just kind of like, I just don't know. I think maybe I want to just avoid it. Maybe I just want to take a step and maybe hide in the bathroom. It just doesn't feel, it's not comfortable. So the moon, the full moon, while it will be very revealing, it may not feel comfortable to you. Okay? Like I said, the other people, they're going to be acting different. So you could even have somebody that you care about, love. It could be a relationship already existing, and they're just being affected that much more by the moon, or you could be affected that much more by the moon. Okay? It just doesn't feel comfortable. But it doesn't mean that it's a bad energy. You like things a little bit more concrete. You like things a little bit more just more stable. Well, and that's your 4. Your 4 does have some stability to it. Seek out other possibilities. Look for the magic in life. Have you been doing that recently, my Virgos, or have you been just kind of watching the mail come in? Anyway, be aware of your own emotions. Here we are. Next card, the 8 of Gabriel. So we have an 8. So we have a 2, 4, 8. 8 is unlimited opportunities, unlimited possibilities. Gabriel is that fire energy. Sagittarius. It's also Aries. It's also Leo. Passionate, burning, very determined energy, consuming energy. The 8 of Gabriel is fast energy. So whatever this is all about, even though it does not happen, it's not very comfortable to you, it is something that, comes about that much faster to you. So if this is a romantic energy, or if this is something that maybe your heart has been wanting, because, it doesn't have to be romance. It doesn't always have to be romance. But it might be something your heart has been something you've been waiting for, something that you've been yearning for. So it could definitely be that it happens. It happens, and it happens that much quicker and that much faster. And I kind of feel like it's, where it's that energy that you're like, I don't know if I'm coming or I'm going. There's just so much happening, but it has something to do with this. Okay. A great deal of activity, sudden and immediate results, important communication. So you could be hearing some news about something like this. This does feel very, again, I don't do this. It does feel very emotional. It does feel very, romantic. Kind of. Again, this one's kind of not really, and maybe it's what you've been waiting for. Maybe it's what you've been wanting, It's just that sometimes it's those things. It's like, be careful what you wish for, be careful what you pray for, because it might come true. So it has that kind of vibe to it. Emotional, though. Very emotional. Very fast. Let's see. And you know what? The full moon is a great time to request. So let's see what else we have. Guardian angels. Can you clarify what this is about for my Virgos? What is it? Because they've been... It's like, okay, that one is reversed and it fell out. The 5 of thought. So 5 has change energy. Thought is air energy, Aquarius, Gemini, also Libra. Thinking things through, okay? Kind of making some plans. It's kind of a discontented energy around it too. There's also, this is the 5 of air, 5 of swords, also has sneaky snake, where you want to just kind of, you know, be careful about someone that's not necessarily that trustworthy. Anyway, the path you were on seemed like the right one, but now you've run into a challenge. There's a better direction for you that will make you much happier in the end. You've just went through some changes. Is there another change happening for you? Changes are necessary so that you can get back on track. Avoid negative people who are draining or who bring unwanted drama into your life. Well, like I said, the full moon is going to bring a lot of people that might not necessarily be who you want around you, okay? So interesting with that one. So what is that about? Is this the path? Again, there's like something comes there. The 2 of Raphael has a lot of, you know, it has a lot. There is a loving energy there, but it does make you feel so vulnerable to love. Okay. But yet, you can't quite stay where you're at. It does not mean, though, that this is a new relationship. It could be an existing relationship. Okay. Okay, so let's see. We have the water lily fairy reversed. Stop taking directions from others that are not right for you. Gather your thoughts and start to walk your own pathway. What is that all about for my Virgos? Wow. Wow. That's pretty bold. That's pretty bold. You know, you can definitely do that, my Virgos. It doesn't always mean that you want to, because you don't like to make waves. You don't like to rock the boat, all that good stuff. But it's basically telling you, stand up. Stand up for yourself. Gather your thoughts and start to walk your own pathway. Okay, and now more cards are falling. If I can even find that card. There it is. Ooh, here we go. What crystal or energy would be helpful for my Virgos? Titanium rainbow quartz. This is a combination of man and nature. Awakening all chakras, ultimate manifestation, vibrancy. It's a powerful shift. So what is this all about, my Virgos? What's going on here? Is it a love reading? Is it an emotional reading? Whatever it is, it does leave you vulnerable, but it does leave you open to change. And then that lily fairy, the water lily fairy, tells you to gather your thoughts and start walking your path. Okay? We got this one. You got this one, my Virgos. Okay. Remember to do the like, share, subscribe, clicking on the bell for notifications. It's amazing when you do that, so I really thank you. As always, my Virgos, always know that you are loved, stay shining, and be blessed. Bye-bye.